Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Dylan here. We have a massive bombshell of a video today about Taylor Swift that you do not want to miss. We are diving in and actually taking a deep dive look into how Taylor Swift and all the other celebrities that endorsed Kamala Harris actually backfired against her, and how Taylor Swift could have actually cost Kamala Harris this election against Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump didn't only win against Kamala Harris, he won in a landslide victory. I mean, there was so much red, so many places actually turned red as well, and Donald Trump, he beat Kamala Harris in all of the swing states and in many other counties as well, which actually typically were blue. Kamala Harris's strategy of using celebrities like Taylor Swift completely backfired against her. So before we dive in, we are going to read the Bible and we are going to pray because God comes first. Amen? Comment amen down below if you believe that God comes first. Today's Bible reading is Proverbs 3, 5 through 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. Amen. Comment amen down below, and now let's dive into the video. So we actually do have some breaking news on this before we dive into why it was such a horrible move, but Taylor Swift actually chose to attend a Kansas City Chiefs game over Kamala Harris's rally on the eve of the elections. And that was supposed to be Kamala Harris's like big, final moment. And Taylor Swift totally ditched Kamala to go to a Chiefs game. Taylor Swift didn't actually give a crap. Candace Owens breaking down why celebrity endorsements just don't work.
All right, so do you know what my favorite part of everything is? It's the referendum on celebrities. It's done, it's over, it is done. Hollywood is done. America now recognizes that all that glitter ain't gold.
And by the way, I heard that the Epstein list is gonna be coming out too. So buckle up, my boys and girls, my friends, my brothers and sisters.
Hollywood just straight up lost their appeal. And I think they're shocked. I think they're genuinely coming to terms with it. Like, they have just been so A-list, so loved, so adored that they never saw this. They can't even comprehend it. They cannot come to grips with this new reality. Generally speaking, I think the American people all over the world now recognize that these people are either unhinged, unhappy, or uneducated. That's it. Unhinged, unhappy, or uneducated. And they went all in on celebs for Kamala because, again, she didn't run a campaign, right? She wasn't qualified. So they said, you know what? Just get the celebrities to come out and people will listen to them because they believe, and when I say they, I'm talking about the deep state, that the majority of Americans are uneducated. So they're just like, it doesn't really matter. We've trained them to worship these stars and they'll do what they say. I'm talking, everybody came out. Leonardo DiCaprio, he's always so strange. Like, he's speaking about climate change. This man is always on a yacht with 23-year-olds.
That's hilarious.
You had, of course, notoriously, and I loved this for her so much, Taylor Swift, because I just find her to be so arrogant and so pompous, and she had the sweeping cat endorsement, love a childless cat lady. Yeah, America said no to childless cat ladies, Taylor Swift. We did. And I get that you were on a high, like you always are, because you're in that new relationship high and you're kind of always in a new relationship and you were coming off of your tour and people do love you as an artist and the music that you make. So you're just thinking, how could I lose? Like, everyone's rooting for me and Travis Kelce to get married, so all I have to do is tell them how to vote and they'll accept it. And they didn't accept it.
Yeah, but not only that, Taylor Swift's endorsement actually ended up backfiring on Kamala Harris. There was a poll that came out from YouGov that found that Kamala Harris's support actually went down after Taylor Swift endorsed her. Let's listen to Megyn Kelly talk about Taylor Swift and this whole thing.
What does Trump publicly saying, "I hate Taylor Swift," as he did on Truth Social, achieve except to make himself look childish and petty? She says Trump needs to publicly say, "Despite how I feel about Taylor Swift, keep in mind that voting for Kamala means you want to continue runaway inflation and increasing crime and open borders." That's her prescription. What do you think?
That doesn't sound like Donald Trump to me. I thought it was perfectly on brand for Trump. And Honestly, I know that it caused a lot of consternation. It didn't bother me. I mean, as somebody who came out that night and said, "Screw you, Taylor Swift," I was like, I'm in a glass house here.
Yeah, Donald Trump actually said, "I hate Taylor Swift" after she endorsed Kamala. It was actually hilarious, but it actually was a good marketing move because it just brought more attention to the situation.
I realize I'm not running for president and he is, but I don't think that hurt him. I think he's trying to telegraph to people, she's bad. You shouldn't like her either. And there may be some people who are like, you know what, I'm kind of sick of her too. You know how it's like when one person says it, then you're like, you know, I don't really like her either. And then one thing happens after another. Look, there was just a poll out. What was it, Steve? Was it the CNN poll or the Quinnipiac poll?
Quinnipiac, yeah.
Yeah, Quinnipiac showed that Taylor Swift's endorsement hurt more than helped Kamala Harris. More people are likely not to vote for her in the wake of the endorsement. So you could argue it was actually smart of Trump to attack her and just telegraph to the MAGA faithful or adjacent who hadn't heard about the endorsement that Taylor sucks. We don't like Taylor. That's him like saying she's on the outs now. I just think so often, Steve, people are quick to judge Trump's marketing brand and branding instincts, and that is the one area where you really shouldn't question him.
This is actually Donald Trump reacting to Taylor Swift. Let's tune in.
What do you have to say to Taylor Swift now that she's in politics? Taylor Swift coming into politics. What do you have to say to her? And what did she say? She said she wants people to vote for Democrats. And not Marsha Blackburn, especially. You know, Marsha Blackburn is doing a very good job in Tennessee. She's leading now substantially, which she should. She's a tremendous woman. I'm sure Taylor Swift has nothing or doesn't know anything about her. And let's say that I like Taylor's music about 25% less now, okay?
Trump looks amazing, by the way. I mean, I think it's because he doesn't drink any alcohol or smoke cigarettes at all. So let's get back to Candace Owens.
They said no to you, Taylor Swift. Please come down from your high horse. No one actually cares what you think politically because you don't live a real reality. Okay, you're jetting back and forth. It's like no one can even relate to these things. What they want from you is for you to break up with Travis Kelce and drop the next album so we can bop to the tunes. That's what we want from you, Taylor Swift. Just listen to me, okay? That's it.
That's it.
Not your cat and telling us to vote for Kamala Harris.
By the way, Candace Owens, I have to disagree with you there. I don't want Taylor Swift to do any more music. I think her music sucks. I don't get it at all. I just think her music sucks. I think it's mediocre at best. I actually think it's very telling of how stupid some people are with, they just follow the trends. Oh, Taylor Swift, she's an idol. Let me worship her and do this. I think we need to stay away from that. I think her music is absolutely trash. She can play the guitar and sing decently. I don't know if that's, and then people are like, she's a woman who talks about always picking the wrong person. She always talks about that should have told you why you should have voted for Trump. If Taylor Swift told you to vote for Kamala, she always sings about picking the wrong man.
Because you're scared about something and you want to be a childless cat lady. I don't even know what the vibe was, but we said no. And of course we had Megan Thee Stallion shaking her booty for Kamala, because this is for the black people. Now you know what you gotta do. Shake your butts for Kamala. Let's watch that.
What's up, buddy? This is your girl Megan Thee Stallion, aka the Hot Girl Coach, reporting live with the future president of the United States. Everybody, what do you have to say to the American people? We are not going back.
I can't even understand her. I have no idea what she said. Maybe that's why it didn't work. No one could understand her.
It's just so embarrassing. Then you had, of course, J-Lo, who brought the tears. Give it to us, J-Lo.
No way, did she cry? Oh my gosh, she's crying.
You know you are.
Yeah, there's a lot more tears where that came from. J-Lo's gonna be crying all year long.
What?
You know what?
What?
We should be emotional.
Should we?
We should be upset. We should be scared and outraged. We should. Our pain matters. We matter. You matter. Your voice and your vote matters. And look, don't be afraid to make people around you uncomfortable. Invite people around you to be the change, to go out there and vote. Nobody likes having tough conversations or talking about politics, but trust me,
Trust me, listen to me. I come from a middle-class family. Oh my gosh, look at this. Inside J-Lo and Ben Affleck's $60 million mega mansion. You can't make this up. Oh my gosh. People can't relate to these people.
You.
Oh my gosh. Like this chick, she's like, look at her backyard. Holy crap. You're not relating to any liberals. Like, I'm sorry, but people can't relate to you.
And in some of these rooms, I see the way power works in this country. They love it when you do nothing. Okay? A non-vote is an agreement. It just makes it easier for them to do whatever they want, whatever serves them. And this election is about your life. It's about you and me and my kids and your kids. Don't make it easy. Make them pay attention to you. That's your power. That's your power.
You're speaking to people who want to have abortions about your children. Like, she doesn't even realize the woman, they're running on abortion. So why are you even mentioning kids? It's like they talk about abortion so much. I did notice though that Taylor Swift's I've seen a lot of photos of her with P. Diddy. Have you guys seen these? Is this also her with Kanye West as well? And freaking Jennifer Lopez too. Like, wait, did they date at one point? Jennifer Lopez and Diddy Combs, all the couples you forgot attended. They literally went, oh my gosh, they went to the MTV Awards holding hands together. P. Diddy with a cross necklace. What a poser. Studded out in diamonds. Look, it's literally iced out with diamonds. You can't make that up. Wow, that's crazy. I just saw this for the first time.
Your vote is your power.
I mean, she acts like she sings. She's always just been a D-. You know what I mean? That's just like poor acting. It's like the J-Lo rom-com flick. That's just like in the background that you're watching. You're happy to watch it. You know, but it's not particularly good. It's not going to win any awards. Like,
and her music is trash too. Like, I'm sorry, but these people just show up and they just like, oh gosh, let's listen to her talk about Cardi B.
The teleprompter. We'll just watch the beginning of this. Take a listen. And then, of course, who could forget I personally, my favorite was Cardi, just like realizing she had no thoughts and needed the teleprompter. We'll just watch the beginning of this. Take a listen.
What's up, Milwaukee?
Is this the worst campaign strategy ever? Bringing out these people, these idols.
How you guys doing?
Look at her hair. What the hell?
I'm nervous. I'm excited. What's up, y'all?
Just buying herself time here.
What's up? What's up?
1 second, guys. 1 second.
What's up?
They couldn't even get the teleprompter up.
I mean, that's just like, it's bad. That's like, come on.
And then she read off her freaking phone.
That is just bad. It's so bad. It's so obvious. I'm glad she did it. And she has been the most vocal about Kamala since she spoke out then. By the way, she looks lovely. I wish Cardi B would dress like that.
This is actually Matt Walsh from the Daily Wire exposing the truth. Let's tune in.
Truly comical at points. Joy Reid, for example, praised Kamala for running a quote-unquote flawless campaign. Watch.
Woman president, let alone a woman of color. Let's just be clear. And nothing that was true yesterday about how flawlessly this campaign was run is not true now. I mean, this really was an historic, flawlessly run campaign. Queen Latifah never endorses anyone. She had every...
Even Rachel Maddow is like, what the F are you talking about? You know it's bad when even Rachel Maddow isn't buying it.
And celebrity voice, she had the Taylor Swift, she had the Swifties.
Flawless. You know, she had Taylor Swift. It was flawless. What else do you need?
That is hilarious. Yeah, so flawless, guys. America Rejected. Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Megan Thee Stallion, John Legend, Oprah, Barack, Michelle, Bill, Hillary, Usher, Taylor Swift, George Clooney, Ariana Grande, will.i.am, and chose freedom. The era of the celebrity endorsement is dead. So dead. Wow, that's crazy. But that's not all. Kamala Harris' endorsement actually took a toll as well on Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift ended up losing $2 million Spotify listeners. I think enough people ended up saying, yeah, I'm not listening to Taylor Swift anymore. She's probably not the person who I want to be listening to music for. You know, if her political advice is to, you know, vote for this chick who didn't get any primary votes, she was worst polled VP in history, absolute idiot. I mean, why would you? I mean, it's like, I don't want to go watch any Robert De Niro movies anymore. After what he called Trump a tyrant, called him a piece of SH, says, I hope he rots in a jail cell, dies in a, he didn't say that, he said, I hope he dies in an effing jail cell. It's like, I just don't really want to watch his movies anymore. I know he's a great actor. You know, some people really like Taylor Swift's music, but it's like, who wants to listen to that anymore? So here's Candace Owens again going hard about, this was actually on the night of the election, right after it was announced that Trump got the 47th presidency.
The celebrity endorsements, I think, are now hurting. I have to say, this was the first year where
they're not working. They're not working.
They're not working. They're hurting now. And you saw this because towards the end, they just ran out it was like every celebrity got the call in the last 4 days.
And by the way, what the hell does Jennifer Lopez and Eminem know about politics?
But it was really interesting to just be in the comment section of LeBron James, you know, when he is basically supposed to be the king and black men are supposed to just listen to whatever he says. I mean, I am telling you, the comments under his post were 80% negative. I think there's something about it that feels very patronizing, you know, that they're obviously rolling out these people like LeBron James, even Barack Obama. Barack Obama, I genuinely think him coming out and rolling up his sleeves and talking to the brothers wasn't a good thing. I think the brothers got a little upset by that. It's like, first off, Barry, where have you been? Secondly, when have you ever been a brother? When have you ever been in any sorts of situations that would make you relate to black Americans?
Yeah, there was even this guy, Stephen A. Smith, who reacted to this clip, and he was absolutely pissed. Watch this, guys.
Parents, put women down. That's not acceptable. Respectfully, President Obama, what you said is not acceptable.
Boom.
I'm going to say it again. Respectfully, what you said is not acceptable.
Holy crap, this guy's not messing around. So here's Megyn Kelly going absolutely off on Taylor Swift. She was one who really criticized Taylor Swift for coming out to support Kamala Harris. Let's tune in to Megyn Kelly.
One of the big losers. The celeb crowd. We touched on this yesterday. Beyonce, loser. Oprah, huge loser.
Loser.
J-Lo, you matter, you matter. Loser. No one cares what you think. If you want to talk to me about what it is you're doing to your skin, I'm all in. Go on. You got my full attention. If you want to tell me who to vote for or what's happening with the economy or immigration, please sit down. No one cares. We would like to know what happened between you and Ben Affleck, what happened between you and P. Diddy, exactly what you're doing to your butt, and how you keep your skin so glowy. That will end the list of things we care about J-Lo's opinion on. Taylor Swift, sorry, you effed around and found out. You do not have unlimited influence. The young girls love you because you sing songs about men who break up with you, and they can all relate to that.
They actually, well, they can relate to it, but it's like a blame game. Like chicks who are feminist, chicks who suck and really bring nothing to the table. I'm sorry, I'm gonna probably get canceled for that. They date enough dudes are like, yeah, I don't want to date you. The girls can be like, oh, Taylor Swift, it's all the guy's fault. It's the guy's fault. Yeah, after the 20th guy, like, it's probably not the guy's fault. There's probably a reason they don't keep leaving you, honey. Boom, shakalaka. Sorry, guys, I ain't holding back anymore.
No one gives two shits about your political opinion.
Yeah.
You should take it and stuff it.
Preach.
That could be your next song. Stuff it.
Your next song should be, oh, we lost, boo-hoo.
What the American electorate told me. We could play it on Thanksgiving as we do that to our turkeys. They will remind us of you and your political opinions. Julia Roberts, who outed herself not only as a leftist, which we knew, but as somebody who And by the way, she's also a husband stealer. She stole the husband that she has right now in a reported affair. So, okay, maybe don't be the voice of the ad in which we talk about women betraying their husbands by injecting deceit into the marital relationship, because in the leftist view, marriages are not about honesty and talking about one's differences and agreeing to disagree on certain dicey issues, but they're about lying if you cannot persuade your spouse to believe as you do. And they believe this so strongly, we put it in an ad and ran it everywhere.
It's crazy how much Kamala Harris tried to just rely on celebs. Like, they brought out freaking Usher and Eminem. Like, you call Donald Trump a misogynist. Have you ever listened to any Usher lyrics or any Eminem lyrics? Eminem's lyrics, I tried to read them on one of my shows. I couldn't get through like 2 sentences. They are all so bad, so offensive, so hateful. I had to edit that out because they were so bad. And they bring up Eminem, like an Eminem with Obama. It's like, holy crap. It was a losing strategy. So much of a losing strategy. Take a look at this viral moment. This is on CNN. They tried to show basically states where Harris outperformed Biden by 3% or more. Take a look.
Are there any places that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020? So we can show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally not one county?
By 3% or more.
So if you think, you know, that you want to believe Joe Biden when he calls you a MAGA extremist, they compare you to Nazis, they compare Trump to Hitler, they call you garbage. America wasn't buying it. No county Harris performed Biden in by 3% or more. 0. If that doesn't tell you anything, the mainstream media, by the way, I mean, they're completely useless at this point. Them shoving down this narrative down your throat. People woke up and they didn't buy it. It's crazy, crazy. This is actually Joe Rogan talking about Taylor Swift. Let's tune in.
They fucking love that dude.
Well, look at the Taylor Swift thing, which I feel very left out of because I'm the only person that has not seen it, and I don't get it. Like, she's clearly talented and God bless. I just don't have that thing where
you're not a girl. That's all it is.
But the dudes are there too.
Yeah, Dave Portnoy loves it.
A lot of people love it. And
dudes who listen to Taylor Swift, very questionable. Very questionable dudes who support Kamala Harris too. Very questionable.
I don't get it, and I don't begrudge anyone else getting it. It's just not.
But maybe if you go to one live, you'll get it.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be a spectacular show.
Sure.
Like tons of dancers and visuals.
Great. Yeah, that's phenomenal. People like Tina Turner and Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's like Taylor Swift. It's different. It's different. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to be attacked. I don't want people following me. It's different.
He's saying it's different. He's trying to be politically correct. Her music, absolutely. I don't care about being politically correct because I don't go to Hollywood or whatever. Her music sucks so bad.
You know what I mean? It's like, this is like the same thing about the Barbie movie. Yeah, maybe it's not for you.
That's right.
And if it's not for you and you're going and giving this scathing review of something that's clearly not for you.
Right.
Didn't the Barbie movie get like horrible reviews? Didn't people think it was, weren't people like walking out of the Barbie movie? I actually, tried to watch the Barbie movie. I think I lasted like 15 seconds and I turned it off. I was like, yeah, let me watch it because I was like on HBO or whatever. I don't even know. It was on. And I was like, you know what, let me give it a shot. 15 seconds, I said, screw that. Yeah, I'm not watching an hour and a half of that movie. It's just so funny to see like now in retrospect how confident the media was, Kamala Harris of Taylor Swift's endorsement. Watch this and just keep in mind, this was like a month before the election. They were like so happy to get Taylor Swift's endorsement.
The moments after the big debate, Taylor Swift announcing she is voting for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. She also used her endorsement on Instagram to take a jab at Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance, signing the post, "Childless Cat Lady." Joining us now.
What world is this? Oh, Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris, childless cat lady. It's like, shut up. This is not This should not be real news.
Elizabeth Wagmeister, she has jumped into the political fray with no abandon.
Her last name is Wagmeister? Oh my God.
She has, and this isn't the first time that Taylor Swift has entered the political fray. Back in 2020, she did endorse Biden and Harris.
Oh my gosh, you endorsed Biden and Harris. Biden sucks. Who would listen to Taylor Swift then? Oh yeah, I recommended Biden to you all. Like, he didn't ruin the frickin' country, get us involved in these wars, open up the borders, tank our economy. Yeah, Taylor Swift endorsed Biden, so yeah, she has a great track record.
So this isn't a huge surprise, but the surprise, Sarah, is that Taylor made an endorsement at all. It seems that for months there has been endless speculation on whether Taylor, who of course is one of the biggest stars on the planet, would make this endorsement, and this is the biggest...
So weird, by the way.
Endorsement from a celebrity yet for the vice president. Now, earlier this morning on Fox News, Trump was asked about Taylor's endorsement. Let's take a look at what he had to say.
I actually like Mrs. Mahomes much better, if you want to know the truth. She's a big Trump fan. I was not a Taylor Swift fan. It was just a question of time. You couldn't possibly endorse Biden. You look at Biden, you couldn't possibly endorse him. But she's a very liberal person. She seems to always endorse a Democrat, and she'll probably pay a price for it in the marketplace.
Trump was absolutely correct. Taylor Swift did pay a price, and she lost 2 million Spotify listeners. It was absolutely crazy. So Laura Trump actually just went on the Patrick Bet-David podcast. He's the guy who helped convince Joe Rogan to do that interview. Laura Trump just went on his show. She just talked about Trump's election dominance and talked about how these celeb endorsements were really offensive to Americans.
By the way, I think the American people are actually very insulted whenever you have these celebrities who come out on stage and it seems very phony and it's, again, the word is gross that I tend to use because it kind of feels like, ugh.
Did J-Lo crying off the teleprompter not make you?
Please.
What? You dated Diddy. That was your judgment then. And now you want us to trust your judgment to make one of the most important choices?
Yeah, somebody said, oh, J-Lo warning you against Trump. Well, she didn't warn anybody about Diddy.
And that Cardi B is not going to get your vote like that when she goes like that. I'm trying to say that Cardi B can
you pull up?
Like, J-Lo definitely, I don't want to get, I don't want to do any accusations, but for me, it's like, I'm asking the question, did J-Lo go to any parties? Because she was literally dating the guy.
Let me tell you, there's something insulting about it. I'll tell you what's insulting about it. You don't know what you're talking about. What's insulting about it is that the Dems think that I don't know which is more insulting. The Dems thinking that the American populace is dumb enough to follow celebrity, popularity waves, or that the Dems are as arrogant enough to force it.
That's the one, Rob. This is Cardi B. Guys, she's pissed, so please, don't upset her. Go ahead and play this clip, Rob.
This is a rapist and an extortion.
Can you please go back?
I love this podcast. It's so good. The Patrick Bet-David podcast. Oh yeah, Jimmy Kimmel was like crying. I really am hesitant to play this on my show for copyright reasons, but I'll just show a photo. Jimmy Kimmel in tears. Guys, oh my gosh. You guys gotta go check that clip out. I'm sorry, I can't play it on my show. But wow, absolutely insane. Donald Trump killed it. This is Candace Owens going scorched earth on Taylor Swift. Let's tune in.
Taylor Swift is just not a good role model. I don't care which way you slice it. At 34, Swift remains unmarried and childless, a fact that some might argue is irrelevant to her status as a role model. We must ask if her personal life choices are ones we want our sisters and daughters to emulate. So I will ask that question to the many moms that listen to me. Would you want your daughters to emulate her behavior? Would you want them to float in and out of relationships all the time? And at the age of 34, to be still dating just like that, unmarried and childless? Is that actually behavior that you want them to emulate? The media keeps trying to sell her as someone who is wholesome, and I don't perceive her as someone that is wholesome. I see her as someone that is very well marketed and who has a team of people that surround her to give her that veneer. But when you actually look into it, her behavior is extremely toxic. And just because you are packaging it as something that is non-toxic and something that is organic does not make it so. Taylor Swift is just not a good role model.
Travis Kelce Instagram post sparks backlash in wake of election. Yeah, this is a Travis Kelce, NFL star tight end and boyfriend of Taylor Swift, liked, look at this, he literally got caught liking an Instagram picture of Donald Trump at the UFC. Donald Trump at the UFC hanging out with Dana White. Steve will do it. He got, I don't want to say caught because I just literally don't, I don't think he was trying to hide it at all. Like, he's just he's just a fan of Donald J. Trump. It's just absolutely funny because, you know, he's Taylor Swift's boyfriend. And he's literally liking, he's like, I don't give a crap. Like, I'm gonna like, he sees a Trump photo at Trump at the UFC and he's like, I'm gonna click like. Yeah, I don't know if this is true, but Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce might have broken up reportedly because Travis told Taylor that he supported Trump. I don't know if this is true. I don't know who this guy is. National insider for NFL Network. Might look like a tabloid to me, so double check your sources there, but pretty funny. Taylor Swift is actually good friends with this chick, Miss Mahomes. That's Patrick Mahomes' wife. And she's a huge Trump supporter. That's like Taylor Swift's best friend. Yeah, this is actually Patrick Mahomes' mom endorsing Trump at the game. She was wearing a MAGA hat. So that's Taylor Swift's best friend's mom. And Taylor Swift's best friend is a huge Trumper too. So it's like the people around Taylor Swift are supporting Trump. It's like, wake up, Taylor Swift. You don't even have influence over your best. If the people surrounding you are Trump fans, it's like, how are you gonna convince the rest of the people when you can't even convince your own, your own friends? Like, people just like Donald John Trump. Donald J. Trump got over 4 million votes in California, almost 40%. So Donald Trump got 34% against Biden. And then take a look at how much red is in California now. So this is Ben Shapiro talking about how Taylor Swift's endorsement of Kamala just was such a bad move. Let's tune in.
The other big piece of news last night, at long last, the moment has come. Tay-Tay McSwift, she has finally issued her endorsement. And the crowd goes mild. Wow, that was unexpected. By the way, she endorsed Biden-Harris last time in 2020. I mean, is everyone forgetting this? It's not as though she's an apolitical figure. All this ridiculous nonsense about why isn't she signing it? And we know who she supports. We know. She's a 36-year-old single woman with no children who acts like she's 17 years old in all of her songs. What do you think she's voting for? How do you think she's going to vote? There's a shocker. And you can chalk this one up under this is already embedded in the system. Like, if you think this is going to win additional votes, all of a sudden a bunch of 20-year-old women who weren't voting for Kamala Harris are suddenly going to rush to the polls because Taylor told them to. Yeah, good luck. So she put out a statement, quote, like many of you, I watched the debate tonight. If you haven't already, now's a great time to do your research on the issues at hand and the stances these candidates take on the topics that matter to you the most. As a voter, I make sure to watch and read everything I can about their proposed policies and plans for this country. Who thinks that's true?
Not me.
Really? She like of the Austrian school, the Chicago School of Economics, Keynesian, like what is her, I want her hot take on the impact of supply side economics. I'm sure that's what she does. She sits around on that tour bus just all day long reading about the readiness of the American military on the foreign front. That's what she does.
Did she actually say that? She goes, Taylor Swift goes, I make sure to read and watch everything I can about their proposed policies and plans for the country. Yeah, I'm not buying it.
She browses all of their campaign plans. Probably that's what she's doing. Anyway. Recently, I was made aware that AI of me falsely endorsing Donald Trump's presidential run was posted to his site. It really conjured up my fears around AI and the dangers of spreading misinformation. It brought me to the conclusion I need to be very transparent about my actual plans for this election as a voter. Okay, so now she's going to explain why she's even bothering to do this. Now, the answer is, of course, because there's lots of social pressure for her to do it, so she's going to do it. It's AI. Yeah, it's because Trump posted a dumb AI picture of you that you're endorsing Kamala Harris.
Yeah, Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson actually went super hard on Taylor Swift. Let's tune in.
Screw you, Taylor Swift. That's how I would like to begin. This woman has got she's a billionaire. I saw her amazing mansion in Rhode Island. I went to some hotel there, and there it is up on a cliff. You've never seen a more beautiful home. It's one of, what, 20? She's got so many gifts thanks to all of you. Thanks to your daughters, who you probably had to drag to her concerts, and you want to make your daughter happy, and so you did it, and it's true whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. And how does she thank this nation? She turns around. Not only does she pick a side in a hotly contested presidential election, alienating at least half of her fan base, but she says the reason she's voting for Kamala Harris is because of Tim Walz's LGBTQ stance. Do you know what Tim Walz has done on the LGBTQ front?
It's absolutely sick what Tim Walz has done. If you guys haven't done your research, I mean, you probably don't need to anymore, thank God. I mean, unless you have a kid who might end up going to Minnesota anytime soon, then you probably should. It's sick.
Tim Walz, let me tell you what's gonna happen, okay? Here's what's gonna happen. A little girl sitting in Wisconsin who's maybe on the spectrum, maybe has acne, maybe is a little heavy set, maybe feels upset because the parents are getting divorced, something like that, is going to find herself down a rabbit hole on Reddit. And her parents aren't going to know because they're getting a divorce and they're not focused on her right now. And she's going to spend hour after hour on that thing, and Reddit's going to tell her she's actually a boy. And she's going to get sucked into this gender cult. And she's going to say, Mom and Dad, I want puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones, which will sterilize her and deprive her of all sexual pleasure for the rest of her life. And they're going to say, no, you're a girl. And she's going to say, but I want top surgery, this benign thing, this double mastectomy where I'll have tubes coming out of me and I'll never breastfeed a child. I want that too, because I'm a boy. And they're going to say no. And she's going to go to a judge in Minnesota, and because of Tim Walz, the court will take custody of her, use the Medicaid funds in Minnesota to provide her all of those things, chop off her breasts, sterilize her with the puberty blockers and the cross-sex hormones. And when this girl inevitably comes to the conclusion that she didn't want any of this, that it only added to her problems, which were the divorce and the acne and the puberty and not any trans issue, who is she going to go to then? This is all because of Tim Walz.
Yeah, I mean, you could look it up for yourself, but Tim Walz signed a trans refuge legislation, joining California and several other states in passing measures that harm vulnerable youth. This is really, really scary. I mean, I was just telling my friend, I believe we were witnessing some really harmful things. I mean, I think God intervened. I think God saved Trump from dying from that bullet, and I think God intervened. Huge. This stuff is crazy. Yeah, you got there's basically the Minnesota courts could gain custody of a child. It's so weird who wants to have gender transforming surgery if their parents don't want them to do it.
That's what Minnesota is doing right now to little girls and boys, taking custody away from the parents so that they can have these procedures without any loving parent there to help. And that's what Taylor Swift just endorsed for your children. So screw you, Taylor Swift.
That is, first of all, thank you for saying that. And pardon my ignorance, this is one of those topics that's so upsetting to me. I have too many children, I think. They can take custody?
Yeah, there's a law that Tim Walz signed that says the court can take jurisdiction, which in this instance means custody, over minor children who are not getting the gender-affirming care, which is a lie. There's only two sexes. Gender's bullshit. There's men and there's women. One cannot become the other. And
basically, if the parents don't want the kid to get those surgeries, but the kid wants to, the kid can go basically against their parents and still get it.
He signed a law saying that they can take jurisdiction over minor children who are not being affirmed by their children and get
by their parents, she means to say.
All of those procedures done outside of any connection. Your parents will have nothing to do with it. They won't have access to you.
Crazy.
That's so dark.
Yeah.
I have to say, I look at, you were describing how rich Taylor Swift is. Why isn't she happy?
Good question.
It's so strange. I don't think a lot of people even realize like how radically left and progressive Tim Walz is. Like this guy that people just make fun of for dance around like he's on The Price is Right. He has some really, really wild policies. And this is him actually reacting to Taylor Swift endorsing him. I mean, he's like laughing, and it's just a big old joke for them. But I mean, this could have been a very weird direction for our country. And like Elon Musk said, like, this could have been, Democrats could have literally taken, you know, like if all those illegals, like, we're gonna have a huge mass deportation now, but like, if all those illegals would have became citizens, like, those people would have voted, you know, most likely blue.
I will link where to register and find early voting dates and info in my story. With love and hope, Taylor Swift, signed Childless Cat Lady. I have to get your response to that, Mr. Governor.
All those things, I am incredibly grateful, first of all, to Taylor Swift. I say that also as a cat owner, a fellow cat owner.
Like, I don't know if this guy's like stupid or like actually sick. Like, he's joking around with Rachel Maddow about Taylor Swift saying, oh, I'm a fellow cat owner too. It's like crazy.
You heard it. We know that it's there. That was eloquent and it was clear. And that's the type of courage we need in America to stand up. We've seen it out of those Republicans who were at the DNC. We've seen it out of women who...
Like, there's bigger issues. And you know, it ended up backfiring against them because this is what they were relying on. This is what they were relying on, and America saw right through it. And yeah, Trump ended up being the winner. So anyways, guys, wanted to make this video for sure because I think it's just very telling of the whole situation right now. And, you know, God, like, remember, says in scripture that God's love never fails. God intervened, prayers work. Jesus is King, Christ is Lord. Yes, you are at the right rally. You are at the right YouTube channel. Gosh, I can't even stand to look at this guy. There we go, that's a better image. Like I was saying, Jesus is King, Christ is Lord. Yes, you are at the right rally. And at the name of Jesus, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Christ is Lord. So anyways, guys, massive update today. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching today's video. If you do want to join my show, click that subscribe button. Click that join button down below. I will be making videos, you know, just covering the, you know, I mean, I was actually just talking with all my friends and my family. I was like, after it was over, after, you know, Fox News I was sitting here with my friend watching, and they're like, Trump, he's projected the winner, Pennsylvania, and then the winner. And I was like, I don't even know what to make videos about anymore because this whole time I've been filming, making videos, and Candace Owens said the same thing. It's like, I totally related to her. It's like, it's always been about Trump's journey back to the White House, and now it's finally here. But of course, I'm still gonna be making videos. So thank you so much. I appreciate all your guys' comments and all your support and all you guys subscribing. You guys are the best. Take care. God bless. We'll talk to you soon.